Hey y'all, it's Ricky T, and I'm coming to you from my dining room here in beautiful, beautiful Beech Grove, Indiana, on the first day of fall, September 23rd. It's still quite warm out. It was 77 last I checked. Supposed to hit 80, low 80s today. I'll take it. We're gonna have 70s. Let's just roll into fall. I love fall, but I don't want it to get too cold too fast, so I'll take it. Anyway, I've got another review for you. We're gonna continue the beer journey, and today we're going to have a Doppelbock, and I will show you the bottle right here. I suppose you pronounce that Paulaner, and it's the Salvator. So just from doing a little looking things up, here's what I have found. This particular Doppelbock is the best Doppelbock of all Doppelbocks, and that's across the board. Everybody says that Paulaner, Salvator, Doppelbock is the best Doppelbock. And by the way, Doppelbock is a very fun word to say, so I am saying Doppelbock a lot, just because it's fun. So, again, I'm just gonna be doing this Doppelbock. I've never tasted a Doppelbock, so this will be the first Doppelbock that I have ever tasted. So we will soon find out if I do indeed like Doppelbock beer. Okay, a couple of just quick things real quick before we start the actual review. Not only, I've already told you that this is considered the best Doppelbock of all Doppelbocks. Also, the brand right here, Paulaner, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. They are a brewery in Germany, and they are one of 6 breweries that are on an annual basis invited to the big Oktoberfest in Germany. So the best Doppelbock is made by one of the best breweries in Germany, so that all makes sense. Another story that I read about as I was looking into this beer is that back in the day, the monks would drink this beer during Lent in lieu of eating food. Evidently, they were supposed to fast. So instead of fasting, or they would fast, but while they were fasting, they would drink this beer. Now, I've never had this beer. I've never had any Doppelbock. As I've already said, I've never had a Doppelbock. Today, I will try my first Doppelbock. But that would lead me to believe that maybe a Doppelbock is a heavier beer. I don't know. But if you're drinking this particular beer in lieu of eating food, I'm just guessing it must kind of be at least filling, right? So let's figure that out. So here's what it looks like in the glass. Kind of a darker color, dark amber, copper. I would call it copper, actually. It almost looks like a real thick apple cider to me. And if you look on the top, I'm not going to be able to do it. You can kind of see like the alcohol on the top there. I'm going to smell it and give you, just that little smell, I was getting something. This is the most aromatic of all of the beers I've tested so far. I'm getting fruit. Somebody's outside and Chewy's barking at him. Sorry about that. I'm definitely getting fruit, like orchard fruit, and maybe yeast. It's almost, kind of ciderish. I said it looked like cider. It kind of actually smells kind of like cider. So I'm definitely getting a strong aroma. Several different things there. So let's try it and see what we got here. See if this is a beer that I will enjoy. Since I've been dogging on bitter beers the whole time, oh, it's Amazon out there. I've been dogging on bitter beers the whole time. Every one of these reviews, I'm dogging on bitter beers. This one's not as bitter. Slight bitterness, but almost none. It's much thicker, as I predicted. If the monks are drinking it instead of eating food, it is thicker than pretty much all the other beers that I've tasted. The mouthfeel is creamy. As I sit here and talk, I am starting to develop a little bit of a bitterness in my mouth. Very light though. It's not off-putting at all. Let's take another drink here. Try to decide the flavors in this. The best way I could say it is, it's kind of got a bread flavor, weirdly enough. The more I drink it, the more a little bit of bitterness becomes present, but still nothing bad. That fruitiness has gone away, and again, the bitterness is building a little bit. A fairly enjoyable beer. I'm drinking it really, really cold. If I had time, I'd let it warm up a little bit. I've been told by other people who drink Doppelbocks, and this one in particular, that as it kind of warms up and gets closer to room temperature, the more the flavor notes become more apparent. I normally don't have a beer sitting around long enough for it to get to room temperature, so I may never know. Fairly enjoyable, but I'm trying to pick out some, I'm just going to keep you for another minute. I'm trying to pick out some notes. Other than that bread and kind of yeastiness, and then just a wee little bit of bitterness on the back end, that's about what I'm getting. I got that fruity, that orchard fruit on the aroma. Not really picking that up on the palate at all. Excuse me. I mean, beer is made out of grains, so, and bread is made out of grains, so it is what it's supposed to be, I suppose. While I'm kind of liking this Doppelbock, I still like Hefe better. I still like Marziennes better. Which I think next week we might be getting to one of those. But overall, pretty good. Of the non-American beers that we've tried so far, this is easily the best one we've had. As you can see, I've just about finished it. No, I have finished it. It actually, and this is another thing I'll say, it actually has a refreshing component to it. That last drink, I felt refreshed. It was something I feel like, since it was cold on a hot day, you could drink this, but since it is thicker and creamier, it's also something you could drink on a cooler fall day. So that's it, man. It's kind of weird, kind of a weird review, I know, but that's what it is. It was refreshing. Just a little bit of bitterness. It would have been better without any bitterness. Again, I don't like bitter. But it wasn't bad at all. So I like this beer. I'm gonna say I like this beer and I would drink it. I wouldn't go out of my way for it, but I would drink it again. It's pretty good. It had some pretty good flavor. It had that refreshing component to it. Good beer. So ladies and gentlemen, it has been the Paulaner Salvator. I got more coming for you. I do have an IPA coming for you. I'm probably gonna hate. And a couple other, what I think are going to be really interesting beers, I'm going to call them kind of weird beers coming up. And then we're probably about 4 or 5 beers away from a Hefe. That's when you're going to see Ricky T be drinking something and really enjoying it. Hopefully. I haven't had a Hefe I haven't liked yet, so we'll see. But anyway, we got the Doppelbock today. That's it. And until next time, God bless America.